You obviously don't come from Nairobi, but you've been able to watch what's going on in the city. What do you make of it? And at a time that we're just over 6 months to the election, we're just starting the sort of political campaigns, but then such ugly scenes are happening. What must we do to stop this?
First of all, I must say that was an unfortunate incident, and I wouldn't want to apportion blame to any of the political parties or entities that were there that day, because where I sit, I come from a background of peace. Our party promotes peace from its name, is Amani, and therefore we would want first from the onset to condemn whoever did that. I think it resurrects the bitter memories of the 2007 chaos in this country, and you remember what that chaos cost to this country. We wouldn't want to travel back and go to that point. That said and done, I would want to say that I think the law enforcers have got a lot to do when it comes to enforcing the law. We've seen people who are supposed to be protecting the Constitution, people who are supposed to be protecting the citizenry of this country, taking sides in the political arrangements. The CS and the PS of Interior have, in daylight, taken sides in the political arrangements in this country, and we want to say that that is the beginning of all this chaos. And it feels very bad when I hear from my brother Sifuna and
Wait a minute. What's the relationship between CS Matiang'i's public utterances and the insecurity or the political violence that you're seeing?
You know, CS Matiang'i is the one in charge of security.
Right.
He's the one who deploys police. He's the one who is in charge of the policy making of the entire security force. And therefore, if you already take sides, if you already say that I'm supporting this particular candidate for the upcoming presidential contest, then you are basically saying that you will maybe advise the police to favor this particular candidate against these other particular candidates.
Do you think that would happen, or it's a perception
I think when
question?
you are the Cabinet Secretary for Interior, you are supposed to be impartial. You are supposed to be neutral. You're supposed to be apolitical. You're not supposed to take sides, especially when it comes to such a divisive political contest. And therefore, I will be calling for him to rise above and rise to the occasion to ensure that he becomes impartial in dispensing his duties. That said and done, this issue of the youth being given certain territories to man and them demanding for handouts, of demanding for certain levies before you get into their territories. I think, yes, it is a political reality, but we should discourage such kind of arrangement, because when we decide that now Kakamega will be a no-go zone for, say, PNU party, or Bungoma will be a no-go zone for a certain party, we shall be segmenting this country into war zones. And therefore, we should not tolerate such thinking. We want to ensure that our youth look at our country as Kenya. When I go to Eastlands, I want to be treated as a Kenyan. I don't want to be treated as a visitor. When you talk about leaders coming in and giving out handouts to the young people, I think that is a culture that we should discourage. When we go to political rallies, we don't go to political rallies to give out handouts. We go to political rallies to ensure that we sell our manifestos, and therefore it is incumbent upon us leaders, and especially as young leaders, to talk to these young people and tell them, come on, let us not disrupt any political gathering. You remember, and I was with my brother Edwin Sifuna when we were going to Uhuru Park, and when we were doing the NASA demonstrations. We lost most of our youth. Most of our youth lost their lives. Others were permanently injured. But now life is moving on. Look at the principles we were fighting for. They are comfortable in their political lives and in their day-to-day living. And therefore, it is not worth, and I want to speak to the young people of this country, it is not worth to cause chaos. Because if you go to disrupt somebody's political gathering and you are shot or you are injured, who will take care of your wife? Who will take care of your children? And therefore, I would like to call upon my brother Sifuna and my sister here. Let us talk to these young people. Let us show them the political reality, and let us be good role models to these young people and tell them, come on, in as much as this is a political reality,
right,
but come on, is it possible we now change our way of thinking about
all right.